LCS title, and Jensen told Doublelift, I will get you out of groups, and here they are doing what many thought impossible for North America, now only making it to the finals of MSI yet again, but having a shot at winning it. That hope is still there for these players. They can make the reverse sweep happen. Of course, G2 in the driver's seat. We go back to the blue side like game one, and they repeat their bans from that game.
Yeah, it looks like things are going to remain the same for the side of G2. Both Galio and Tarek taken off the board. Priority is likely going to be the Jarvan once again. The question is, how will Team Liquid pivot? Will they continue to take the Rakan off the board? Will Silas be the priority? Will Jarvan be taken away? It's difficult now for Team Liquid, and they're just going to have to go up against something or one of these strong options.
Well, it's Akali and Silas off the table, not really willing to trade a jungler for a solo lane pick, and it will be Jarvan taken away. This looks like the exact same draft that I can remember from game one, with Jarvan off the table, and Smithy must find a jungler he likes. Team Liquid might change up what's in their bottom lane, and it might be more late-game team fighting with that Kai'Sa hover.
Bottom lane has been such a focus for this series so far. G2 have had the advantage back-to-back games down there, so Doublelift on the Kai'Sa once again, very comfortable champion for him, and Sejuani for Xsmithy will be the front line, does have the possibility of force hard engages.
Wow, and it looks like G2 immediately going to go for the Xayah Rakan. They actually don't care what they're going up against, because with the Galio gone, they're thinking, well, to be honest, you've got nothing that can handle us. Now, there is one option of Team Liquid going for the Morgana right now, or they would likely go for the Brawl. Alistair's actually going to be the priority.
And even a Syndra in the mid lane. I look for counters in other lanes, not just in the lane with Rakan. Something I thought was going to come through last time around is some burst damage to try and take advantage of the weaknesses of Rakan. And sometimes we will see champions like that towards the mid lane actually focus on killing him on the engages, but not so far. If we get the LeBlanc ban, that actually opens up even more possibilities for Team Liquid to get that Syndra.
I actually really like this draft so far from Team Liquid. It feels like a very Team Liquid draft, already catered towards team fighting. A little bit of scaling towards the bot side of the map, but Kai'Sa can typically still provide a lot of value. You have this very solid front line with the Sejuani and the Alistair also acting as an engage, and now they can round their draft out with mages in the mid lane, as you were already talking about, Kobe, and they can save that for the final pick as well. So to me, it feels like Team Liquid in this game 3 are just kind of returning to comfort.
It looks like they're saying, we want to play 33-minute team fights here. They remove a team fight mage from Caps, saying, no, Azir, you can't outscale us in the mid lane. We get first dibs. I want to see if it's Syndra or Lissandra for more engage, or they index even more onto Doublelift being all the damage output. They've already got Alistair and Sejuani as setup. We'll see what comes through. Vladimir also on the table. A lot of premier team fighters that Team Liquid love to play are on the table.
The only concern for Team Liquid is, are they overstacking on AP damage? There is a lot coming through on the side. I mean, you've got to remember, Kai'Sa, while being an AD carry, can still dish out a lot of it. So the question is, what direction do they go? Blind pick Lissandra with a lot of these options taken off the board. Team Liquid feeling confident in this pick.
Yeah, the Syndra coming in, knows it is good against Rakan. Kobe was talking about that one. Now G2 say, you know, Vladimir's really likely on-hit Nico's supposed to be a good matchup into that one.
Ooh.
What is it going to be? Will it be spicy? Yasuo could be very good in the Syndra. Aurelia has been left up as well, and that could be an incredibly decisive champion. First, they take the Nico. They expect the Vladimir, I think, and again, that is a good matchup in the top side.
Yeah, it could be on hit. Could even still be AP. Definitely still flexible here. We'll see what the second pick from G2 is going to be to round it out. Currently, they have a lot of speed for their engage, not a lot of tankiness, so it has to be execution-based.
Interesting that they're hovering the Pike right now. I expect the Aurelia to come through, yep. I think this will go in the hands of Caps in the mid lane. I'm expecting them to utilize the high mobility and the level 6 all-in potential that Aurelia does provide to not only provide more AD damage to this squad, but also to be one of the main damage dealers moving forward with the comp.
Yeah, no surprise here. A big strategy against Syndra, trying to attack the mid lane champion early and often with roams from your jungler and your support. Jarvan and Rakan will try and assist Aurelia in getting kills onto that Syndra early on in the game.
Well, we know these teams pretty well. Caught a lot of these picks at the end of this draft here. This is what could be the final game of MSI 2019, and if it is, it's G2 winning 3-0 over Team Liquid. It must be a reverse sweep for it to go to North America's side. More team fight. Team Liquid going back and back to the most comfortable style of competition it could possibly be. It is team fight and late game 5-on-5. G2 have Caps on Aurelia, champion he helped make his name on.
The biggest thing that TL have to be cautious of is the early game from the side of G2 Esports. Even though it is harder to play towards the bot side of the map up against an Alistar, do not be surprised. Level 4 to see Mickey going back to base, roaming mid, grouping up with Jankos, and then trying to find a kill onto Jensen in the mid lane.
Exactly. I expect a lot of effort to be put towards wards around the river, and the river leading towards mid lane.
One final shot of the trophy. Only one of these teams will get the honor of hoisting it. And odds look pretty heavily that it's going to be G2 Esports from Europe, the 5-time LEC champions. Could be international champions as well. Redeeming themselves from the first few sloppy splits and then a world semifinal, beating RNG, an MSI final beating SKT, and now a chance at the trophy to beat Team Liquid. That is what is ahead of them.
I'm excited to see how things pan out in this Game 3. The pressure is on Team Liquid. A lot of hopes rest on their shoulders. Let's see if they can bounce back as we jump onto the Rift.
Exactly. Team Liquid, you mentioned the championships of G2, but this team has had a similar percentage of success with 3 championship splits to their name. Since franchising, Team Liquid has only known success in the North American LCS. And now, in the finals on the international stage, this is their chance to prove that what they were built for was not in vain.
Exactly that, what they were built for. And that's the biggest thing that I'm looking for Team Liquid. We know they have the potential to battle the best. We know that they can upset world champions. Let's see if they can do it today as Rakan, that sneaky level 1 play, he's made it into this brush. Xmithy has no idea.
And you can see Xmithy taking a lot of space away from Jankos, will be knocked up, but is going to follow up CC. A flag is all it's going to land here. It will chunk him a bit low as he keeps taking a couple more auto attacks. A flash follow, actually, over the wall from Jarvan, trades those summoner spells.
Another aggressive invade here from G2. This time around, even trade, though, with junglers both burning flashes. Jensen gets a little bit of vision of the enemy team.
And actually the fact that he learned Blooming Burst at all, plus the Keystone choice for Wonder, means it is going to be AP Niku, as you called it out, not the Witsend Ruin King rush for on-hit damage. It will be a lot of magic damage, gigantic teamfight ultimates, and Wonder can definitely counter-engage what TL tries to do.
Also see Doublelift and CoreJJ once again not assisting their jungler, so they should be able to get priority on the lane, and they're already going to start the push off. Very valuable against Desire Rakan, and I do often like the Alistar into the Rakan pick, because every time the Rakan tries to go in, he's immediately going to get CC'd, and it's something you always have to show respect against, which means that this duo of Mickey and Perks can't be as aggressive as they would like.
Looking at a stun right now, CoreJJ can find a little bit of damage. Now the Flagger Dragon's going to find the first knock-up. Ignite is on a Doublelift, and he has to flash away while still level 1. A good start for G2.
Here's me saying they can't look to play aggressively. Well, you know what? You can if your jungler shows up at level 2.
Level 2 Jarvan gank off of red buff here from Jankos is able to get the heal first out of Doublelift, plus still landing the damage of the EQ there, and then also getting flash. That is 2 summoner spells once again blown on the bottom side of the map very early on.
Incredible start now. G2 Esports have found a lot of success through Jankos' early ganks. He might be seen coming through. Nice stun right there, comes out of Cap, but will not take that trade as Electrocute pops onto him. Sejuani right behind as well, so that is not a fight to be had. Now top scuttle is the battle. Level 2 on both these sides. They've both taken 2 camps. Xmithy looks to fight now.
Yeah, no smite for Xmithy, while Jankos does have his, so pretty much no chance to get that scuttle crab, and Jankos is going to hold on to the smite and just auto it down.
Takes that level 3, leeching some minion XP helps that a lot as well. Xmithy tried to find something useful to do, but sadly will lose both scuttles here. Only taking small camps so far after that red buff. Jensen spotted out, now a re-engage on the bottom side. Doublelift still level 1, unable to dodge that kind of engage.
Mickey and Perks continuing to play on the offensive. Remember that they do have the summoner spell advantage. Doublelift still only level 1, as you talked about, Freakin'. This duo has really struggled throughout this series. So much focus has been put onto trying to shut down Doublelift and CoreJJ, but now they might finally be able to find something better.
It's a flashless Jarvan, but he has EQ available to dodge out of most of these ganks here, as there is not an engage to be found on the TL side. Just the blue buff attempt stopped as they take what farm they can. You can see the 23-10 in CS down here. Bot lane is getting smashed.
Xmithy draws the blue buff into the brush here so that Jankos doesn't have vision of the health. He's sticking around though, still threatening the TL bottom side.
Ooh, Doublelift has been left by himself. Here they go.
Level 2 looking for the engage, but Corday is around. They're going to find the first knock-up. Plenty of damage there. Headbutt buys a bit of space, and a 3-man pull where the first blood still does come through. G2 Esports on the board 3 games in a row first.
And once again, G2 successfully shut down Doublelift. They are making this series impossible for him to play. And now Caps is looking to fight Jensen.
And he's got Ignite. There's plenty of damage output there. The barrier will keep Jensen safe as Caps walks away cleanly after winning trade.
Yeah, both holding onto the summoner spells. Jankos passes over a ward, so even though he comes mid lane, Jensen should know his whereabouts. Smithy setting up the counter.
All right, trying to bait in for the play. Here comes the first stun. Here comes the engage. Barrier pop flashing away. Will there be a stun? Can there be an answer kill for Team Liquid? Forcing one flash out. Now they need the stun into Jankos. They're going to find that with all the damage, and Jensen will get on the board.
Good use of information there with the ward that Jankos passes over. Jensen calls Smithy for the counter play, and Team Liquid gets something out of mid lane. Jungler down.
And this is the best situation for Team Liquid to be in after that early deficit down bot. Try and get Jensen ahead. Turn this comfort pick of his into something that can carry the game for Team Liquid.
Attempted engage now on the bottom side. Of course, not a lot of health on Perks. Takes some hits, has to walk away. Doesn't find the pull back for the root, so it's an easy disengage now as Mickey X will not find himself in his own engage. This game right now, only 300 separates. It is reasonably close. We can watch that mid lane gank again.
Yeah, as expected, right over the ward vision there, so then you call Smithy, and it is going to be a flash. Bottom side, Doublelift is dead.
They found the Ignite, they found the kill, and now Corday must run away. There are no cooldowns just yet, but they're trying to chase him down underneath this turret. Has to flash away from that feather. This Lovers duo smashing right now. It's now Wonder, just out of range of Smithy's stun, cannot be caught out, will walk away with his flash down.
Smithy doing what he can to try and help his laners on the top side of the map, but there's nothing he can do about the bottom side as Jankos is now looking for revenge against Smithy.
Looking for the play. In fact, does have an empower to heal. He's not going to be able to pop it, just barely puts that in, but oh, has to flash with 2 HP left on the health bar, just walking out.
Once again, Jankos is on a rampage throughout Summoner's Rift, top to bottom. Now he's still keeping up the dive onto Smithy.
Walks forward, finds some damage, gonna flash in the smite! Oh, it's a couple of seconds bot, though. Impact's gonna stay alive. Now, will there be a repeat heal? Will there be something else as the aftershock comes in, survives the damage? Jankos at 100, puts the flag down, but will not find the follow through. It is still waves lost to the top side. Advantage again to G2.
Exactly, the biggest difference here. Impact does not have teleport, so that is a ton of experience lost. Bottom side, Core JJ goes in for the engage.
Decent initial engage by Core, but cannot find the auto attack to stun as he didn't have the time to put it down after the rampage came in. So another successful trade, and again, 49-27. G2 are outperforming this game.
So now we get to see what happened to Doublelift. The flash knockup coming through from Mickey when Doublelift still has no summoner spells. The burst from the Lovers duo was too much for Doublelift to handle, and he ends up getting shut down.
Mickey has honestly been insane this series for G2. G2, people expected the bottom lane to be their weakness, but they've turned it into their strength. With attention from Jankos, attention in the early game, Perks and Mickey have been outstanding.
Mickey is also a player that Perks has given so much credit towards. This guy has been one of the most consistent, one of the highly rated players in support position in Europe, and he's brought that knowledge to G2. He's shared that knowledge with Perks, and while Perks might not be the most experienced AD carry, Mickey is definitely an experienced support.
Meanwhile, Team Liquid need to rally around Jensen in the mid lane. The Syndra with the kill, level 7, cooldown on the ultimate coming back up. This is a possible point for them to get kills. Smithy is here.
Find a bit of damage. Cap's still not choosing to go forward there. They don't find this opening as that minion walks up. It might reveal his location. Smithy trying to hide away.
They still don't have the cooldown on Syndra's ult back up.
They might try for the attempt right here if he can find the QE. Nice juke by Cath, but will be hit a little bit. Nice double stun comes in. Ult comes in as well. He's got a lot of a playground to play around with. They find that first stun. They find some damage, but Ignite means he will get the solo kill to 1v2. And Caps tries it for Jensen. And here comes Mickey. G2 slaughtering Team Liquid.
Caps with the monumental outplay. 1 versus 2 is able to shut down Jensen and Smithy single-handedly. That right there is the best mid laner in Europe.
Maybe the best mid laner in the world. Looking at these performances now, looking at more and a double forcing him again to burn both summoners the second they come back up. Team Liquid cannot buy an advantage. And again in the top lane, Caps is everywhere.
This is an absolute slaughter here. G2 dominating all points of the map.
Jensen, he goes for comfort with the Syndra. Team Liquid try to play through mid lane, but they cannot lock down Caps. The beautiful sidestep to dodge the stun, getting the double stun for himself, and then throwing out the ultimate to get multiple procs of the Q, enable him to get what was a beautiful outplay.
Yeah, Caps absolutely insane here, using the mobility of Aurelia, and they pick up the second kill onto Jensen. That was Team Liquid trying to force before the Syndra ultimate cooldown was there, because they feel so pressured at all points on this map, and they were looking for some area of hope.
And now the gold gap is 3.5k in G2's favor. This is what this roster was built to do. This is what it was designed for, international success. Perks wanted more. And right now, they're only one game away from securing it.
Such a move from Perks as the captain of the team to be willing to switch roles to make the team stronger and climb to new heights. Now they are at those heights, and G2 looking to put Europe on top of the map.
The choice that all these players made. Caps is probably the hottest commodity in Europe, the best mid laner. He says, I will join G2. I will be the cornerstone of this super team that completes the squad. And from World Finals to MSI Finals to most likely now an MSI trophy, this team is doing exactly what it set out to do, what all the players promised each other.
TL now setting up for a play down towards the bot side of the map. G2 are wary of this because they saw the control ward. They tried to clear it out, but they didn't quite have the damage to secure it. So they're now playing on the back foot. Jankos with this information immediately moves up towards top side and starts setting up to secure this win.
Pressure continues now across that map as it's a 23 CS lead top side for Wonder with only about a gank and a half even to his name. That was enough to just completely push Impact now out of this one as he's got pressure. It's a quick buff steal and now an attempted four-person dive in Caps. Is his spidey sense tingling? So far he's just fine and TL cannot find their opening.
Yeah, G2 calling for the missing there from the bottom side. The four-person mid does not work out. Impact on the top side, fighting for some health as well as some minion kills.
Another fight now in the mid lane. They get plenty of damage to that Jensen, who has to burn both of them to just get out of that one. I'm just afraid of what Jankos could have done to him. This is the lane going away, and a re-engage in the mid side. They find a stun, stopwatch popped as well. And will it be any kills for TL? Forced outside of the cage, Caps, he will not go down without a fight. Gets the number 6 kill of the game.
So close for Jensen and Smithy, but it is just not enough. Caps is playing out of his mind in this game 3. He wants to secure this championship for G2. He wants to secure this MSI title for Europe.
And they still have so much time to mine turret plate money off of all these winning lanes now. They have all the pressure across the whole map. They have the run of the jungle, and they can use that to increase this to a monumental gold lead.
Will TL find the space to answer back? Impact is trying to. He's got to be really careful this engage. We'll get some damage. Here comes Pop Blossom. A quick heal comes out, and they both stay alive as the flash of their burn ult's the same. Impact now with the help lead up topside.
Wonder is consistently applying pressure onto Impact as we now get a replay back onto this mid lane play. So this time around, Smithy's able to block a lot of the damage going down onto Jensen. Caps' ultimate cannot be converted into much. They go for the engage and a beautiful flash knocker, followed up by a great return ulti from Smithy, but we have more fighting.
Got to return to the top side right now as one auto attack will do him in as Jankos is on the board with his first. Caps yet again, whips and done, 3-0 and 2. G2 are unstoppable.
With both of the mid laners down, G2 can now take these turrets. They're actually taking everything. The red buff here.
Well, there's a cow in the way trying to stop him off. It will be a red buff picked up for Smithy as G2 walks away, but this top lane is in shambles. The turret is falling.
Plate after plate is being picked up. 6k is now the goal lead for G2. They are just snowballing out of control. It feels like that every member is playing at their peak right now, and they are not giving Team Liquid a single chance to come back.
33 minutes and 10 seconds. Anything under that sets a world record for international best of 5. They've already taken down Faker and SKT, setting a record on the way to the first European title since 2011. Is a great way to cement G2 in history.
Well, the Rift Herald's going to help them along with that, Freak. Charge gets off on the secondary turret here, and this might go down.
Taking a lot of damage. The Herald will fall. Finally, a fight that TL can win. Jankos drops, but Caps is under the turret, and he gets away with it too. Finally stunned, a bit more damage in, but he's still not dead. He's still healing. They might have the damage, and finally TL dies. He actually dies. The man is mortal. He can bleed, but so can TL's base. It's already 4 turrets in 14 minutes.
So much gold just got picked up for G2 there, and while Team Liquid finally get the kill onto Caps, what did it cost them, guys?
Everything.
It's only a moral victory there as they are finally able to get him, but G2 run the map, they run Summoner's Rift, and they are running this series home.
So many fans say that when Caps plays, the gods flip a coin. Today, it feels like that it is a double-sided heads because this man has been on a tear throughout this series.
Claps on both sides right now, happy to step up and completely outperform his opposite member. Beautiful step out of Cap so far. Jankos, Wonder, the whole lineup is amazing. We can watch that tower dive yet again.
All right, so they try and go for Jensen again, missing both the knockup and the double stun. Causes the counter there from Team Liquid. Jensen gets the first kill, ulting onto Jankos, but Caps goes under the turret on Aurelia, making use of the mobility. Then Xmithy lands the Sejuani stun off of the passive into the ultimate burst damage, and since Core JJ is there on the Alistar, they are able to finally put him down.
If he had flashed a little bit earlier there to avoid that final order from Sejuani, he may have actually been able to turn that one around with the Wit's End heal that was coming out as well, but instead he takes the death and now he's looking for double lift. Flash will end up being used, and G2 now forced to play on the defense.
Teleport coming in. They also have a roam from Mickey in the river.
Look at the play right now. Wonder puts in the pop blossom, gets the shield, finds a single stun. In comes Mickey. Will it be a single kill? Yes, Impact is on the board. And can they get a little more? This is the comeback TL needs, but it is a single kill, and it's cut short from there.
And the split push from G2. They still have perks on the bottom side at the inhibitor turret.
He'll take a fancy recall. He's not even afraid of anyone showing up on him. A stun for Caps. They'll keep that turret alive. TL getting maybe the worst of this trade as part of the base is falling away. The reset does come in. Now a potential re-engage.
They really gonna try this?
3v5 teleport.
Yep, there's no TP for Wonders. That would make it really difficult. And instead, they just spot them. They slow down some of the recalls. They look for a stun. I gotta find that yet either. But they're all still in spitting distance. Ult is up for Xmithy. This could be a 5v3. It's a fight that Team Liquid might like to take. You have Core JJ in a brush with a controller, but a flag reveals him. When's the move forward? Not yet gonna happen. No stun for the Syndra. And the fact that G2 pushed TL back in a 3v5 is evidence enough of how dominant this European squad is.
Level 12 Irelia. The ultimates are up and available. Only Mickey's is on cooldown, and the duo of Perks and Wonder were making their way up towards the top side. TL chose not to take that fight. They're forced to disengage, and now G2 grouping up to secure the final Tier 2 tower.
Let's knock that one down. Team Liquid are going to be able to watch this one fall. They do put some members around. It is a 3 versus 4. Now it's 4 with their teammates, and Jankos coming up. They will clear the wave. They will back up, but there's going to be an engage. Oh, that was just a clone. They find the slow. Over the wall they go, looking for Jensen. Plenty of damage there, but he's going to be fine walking away. Look for the stun. Henning predicts the flash. Actually, a good stun there, but no kills to be had. Instead, the base is being sieged. They are being taken down right now. G2 unwilling to be stopped. The turret still in their eyes. Feathers fly. And G2 will pull back. That's a big stun! That's a big engage! Oh my gosh, look at the fight! They look for kill number 4. This might be an ace inside of the base, inside of 18 minutes. The mid inhibitor will surely fall.
And G2 rip through the hearts of Team Liquid and North American fans as they secure themselves in the top of the world.
There is no chance TL comes back from this. They're already on to the Nexus turrets. This is what peak League of Legends looks like, and it comes from Europe. A world record. G2 Esports 3-0 will win MSI 2019. The first MSI trophy for Europe. G2 Esports. They wait for the rest of the squad. And they wait for everyone to lift it together. G2 Esports, the best team in the world. Your MSI 2019 champions. Europe is now top dog in League of Legends.
What a monumental achievement for G2 Esports. Such a huge victory. They fought hard. They had to fight their way through SKT. They had to fight through Team Liquid, and they did it in such convincing fashion. Perks there, the man that this team was built around. Such a monumental achievement for the squad.
And every player gets their own turn. Doing what hasn't been done for Europe in 8 years. A title, a major international title for Europe, for the LEC, and it belongs to G2 Esports.
The last 2 years, certainly proof times are changing. A finals at Worlds 2018 for Europe, and now a victory. Taking home the MSI Championship.
The best of the best was in attendance, and the best of them was G2. When Rookie One World said, you know, it would mean more if Faker was there. Well, Faker was here, and G2 went right through him. 2-0 in the group stage, a best-of-5 victory in the knockouts. You cannot question what they have done here.
And a big shout out as well to Promiscu, the hidden hero behind the team, supporting G2 with Mickey's
让我
wrist
们再
injuries.
次用最热情的掌声，恭喜 G2 Esports 获得了2019季中邀请赛的冠军。接下来，让我们邀请 Riot Games 电竞业务总监 Valen 先生，以及 Riot Games 大中华及东南亚地区负责人叶强生先生，以及 S2 全球总冠军 TPA 的成员 Stanley、Leopold、Toys、Gibby 以及 Mustang 来为我们的冠军团队颁奖，有请。哇，好开心！再一次看到我们的 TPA 成员们聚首。
Incredible performances once again from G2. Medals on their necks. A trophy hoisted in front of the crowd in Taipei.
And my question now is, how far can this team go? They've shown absolute dominance in Europe, in their own region, and now absolute dominance on the biggest stage, the finals
再次
here.
把热情的掌声献给 G2 以及为我们担任颁奖嘉宾的 TPA 以及威兰先生，还有叶先生，谢谢他们，谢谢。
As a European, you can't but help feel a sense of pride. Last year, we came so close with 2 teams in the semifinals,
Hi guys, please come
with a
closer.
single team
Thank
at the
you.
final. We thought that that would be
好
the
的，接
year.
下来呢，马上就要
No
进
one
入我们一
expected
个
this roster
赛
to
后
come out,
采
and
访
no one
的环
expected
节
this
了
level of。
那
success.
稍后呢，会由余双
Let's listen in. We have an
来
interview
到
now
我们的
with
舞台上，要
the
来
winning
进
players
行
of
这
G2
一段的
Esports.
一个采访。
Well, commanding 3-0. Once again, Europe are top dogs in League of Legends. A world semifinal just last year, beating the MSI champions in RNG. And then this time around, defeating the greatest team of all time in Faker's SK Telecom T1 into a world record setting, not only for an international best of 5, a finals best of 5, 3-0 over North America's Team Liquid. Doublelift did get out of groups. They did defeat IG. A lot of North American fans can be happy over what Team Liquid accomplished and look forward to them at Worlds. But this tournament belongs to Europe. This tournament belongs to the LEC, and it belongs to G2 Esports, the greatest team in the year.
You now have to question, how does Worlds look this year? You know, coming into the group stages, Europe and North American teams are not free wins anymore. They're not the teams that the East hopes to get in their groups. These are upsetters. These guys have been able to successfully close the gap.
And here we go, one more time. An interview now with G2 Esports, your MSI champions.
Congratulations on winning the first MSI trophy for G2 and for Europe. Congratulations. 首先我们要请问的是我身边的 Perks。那今天呢，他在拿下了这一次 MSI 的冠军之后，他作为一个新人的 ADC 选手，他怎么看待自己作为 ADC 在全球的排名呢 ？After this MSI and winning this trophy home, where do you see yourself as rookie AD carry?
Well, I'm the best.
他说我是最强的，我想成为最强。OK, congratulations and improve yourself. 接下来下一个问题呢，要问是Perks。其实今天他们也是在赛前的采访当中 ，Perks 有说到，他不仅仅想要成为冠军，同时他想要成为传奇。那他想要被怎么样的去成为一个铭记的选手呢？Second question goes to Cavs. As you mentioned in the previous interview, you say that you not only want to be the champion, but also the legend. So, what kind of player you'd like to be known or to be remembered as?
I mean, obviously, I want to win as much as possible. Right from day one when I joined EU, it was not really looking good that good internationally. But I hope that I and my team could become good enough that we could compete internationally, and I just want to win as many trophies as we can.
我想要为 EU 赢得更多的奖项。可能在我加入 EU 赛区的时候，我们的赛区并没有那么的强，但是我希望我和我的队友会通过我们的努力，为我们的赛区争取更多的荣耀。那下一个问题要问一问 Yankos。So the third question goes to Yankos, and I have to ask, what does it mean to you to be able to be part of the G2 legacy and now winning the second major title for Europe?
Yeah, I mean, I guess it just feels pretty good to be able to leave the trophy on international stage. This year is my first time that I won the split in Europe, and I also won a trophy on international stage. So I'm really happy, you know, to be in this team, be a part of this team, and just enjoy it.
我刚刚问他的问题呢，是他觉得这一次对于他们来说意义是如何的，能够将这一个 MSI 的奖杯、世界赛的奖杯能够赢取回家，而且这也是他们的第2个 EU 的。可能说在国际赛场上的主要的这一些冠军的奖杯，他说他非常荣幸能够代表 EU 在国际赛场上拿到这样的一个奖杯，而且也会继续的去努力。那接下来问一问我们的上单选手 Wonder 选手 ，Wonder 选手在整个 MSI 的表现当中，大家也看到了，他拿出了非常多新奇的选择，同时也拿出了很多上单的一些英雄，而且大家对于他的上单派克应该是印象非常的深刻。所以他是怎么样去准备这么多新奇的一些选择的呢 ？Okay, next question goes to Wonder. We can see that you're considered one of the best top laner in the world, especially like your large or huge champion Ocean. And we can see your top hike is so impressive. So how did you prepare such kind of spicy picks for MSI?
I think it just comes down to like my team being really creative, and we kind of support each other. So if someone has an idea, we are all like on board with it at this like almost instantly, whereas on other teams maybe they would be a bit more skeptical. But on this team, we are free to do like whatever we want when it comes to our champion pool, and I think that's like a big reason that we succeed as much as we do with like the pocket picks we have.
其实我觉得我们的整个队伍对我来说都是非常非常的支持的，而且我觉得我们的这一些是可能说队伍当中的一些支持以及他们的一些创意，对于我来说都是非常好的。而且我们的所有的人都会为我们的这一些，可能有人如果有一个新的提议或者新的意见的话，所有人都会支持他，并且付诸于实践去实验。那同时我们在后来能够有这样的一个成绩，可能是因为我有一个比较强大的一个英雄池，能够足以支撑我们有这么多的 pocket picks， 或者说是这一些可能可供选择的英雄。好，那接下来下一个问题要问到的是 Mickey。Mickey， 我想问的是，因为今天他们能够拿到这样的一个冠军，对于他来说，他的脑海当中，在最后一局比赛的时候，他的脑海里想到的最多的是什么？Next question goes to Mickey. So what's like the point of focus at the last moment in the last game?
Well, in the last game, we were just kind of expecting them to pull out something weird, but they kind of went with some standard stuff that they usually play, so we're really confident, even from draft, that we're going to win. So, yeah, and then everything went according to plan in early game as well, so it was just kind of smooth sailing.
其实我们可能也期待对方会拿出一些比较新奇的选择，但是可能后面他们拿出来是比较正常的一些英雄。那同时呢，我们也是能够有能力去打败他们，而且我们在前期，我们的游戏前期做的也是非常棒的。那最后一个问题要问到的是我们的教练，我们的教练是Grabs. So the question goes to Grabs. Where is all this pick and ban ideas came from in this international tournament? You guys are so creative and intelligent. 我们可以看到 G2 所有的人都是非常非常的有创意的。那我们想知道，教练你们的这一些 BP 的创意都是来自于哪里呢？
I don't have an earpiece, so I was kind of understand.
Okay,
If
so
you ask
where
about
is all this kind of pick and bans came from in this tournament? Because you're so creative and intelligent.
Okay. As one always said, the team is very creative in itself. That means they constantly come every day with a pick. Oh, this could work, this could work. Usually it's like really troll, but like a pipe top, for example, works really well. So just a daily work of sitting through what can actually work. And it's a blessing playing with them. So it's really easy for me in draft.
其实我们在日常生活当中呢，就会准备很多这样的新奇的 BP， 或者去尝试这一些选择。所以说，在世界赛在 MSI 上能够拿出这一些选择来说，对于我们来说是非常非常简单的。好了，那我们接下来呢，在采访完之后，我们接下来要公布的是本次 MSI 的 MVP， 也就是我们总决赛的 MVP 的奖项。这个奖项的获得者将是来自13个赛区的专家和媒体人共同投票，可以说是众望所归。他就是 G2 战队的 Caps 选手 ，Congratulations Caps！ 好了，那接下来呢，我们也是想要有请 Caps 往前一步。好，我们其实可以看到 Caps 选手在我们本次的 MSI 的。好，非常感谢文文先生为 Caps 选手颁发的 MVP 的奖杯 ，Thank you，Thank you。好，那接下来呢，我们也要想问一问 Caps。其实可以看到人群当中最开心的莫过于是 Caps 的爸爸，他在人群当中一直在为 Caps 加油和助威。我想这样的一个非常有意义的时刻，想问一问 Caps 对于他的父亲有什么想说的 ？We can see that like your dad is cheering for you all time along in all kinds of international tournaments. So at this special moment, anything you'd like to say to your father?
I want to thank my dad for always coming. It feels good to finally bring back a trophy. Too many times I've come back from international tournaments or just from EU with a loss, and my dad and my family have to support me and they have to get me through this. But this time we have to celebrate. Thank you.
我非常感谢我的父亲。其实这一次我终于能够把这样的一个荣誉和奖项赢回家。在很多次，我们可能在 EU 的赛区或者说是在世界舞台上，我可能没有能够拿到这样的一个奖杯回家的时候，我的家人、我的父亲都一如既往的在支持我，在能够为我鼓励。但是这一次，我终于能够把这样的一个奖杯赢回家，我们可以一起庆祝这一个开心的时刻。Congratulations and thank you, and also thank you, Caps Dad, thank you. 好了，那我相信很多人对于今天 G2 的表现应该都会非常的好奇，因为 G2 在整个世界赛上可以说是颠覆了我们所有的认知，或者说是对于我们英雄联盟的一些解读。那他是怎么样看待这样的一件事情的呢 ？Okay, the next question I would like to ask Caps. So G2 is always trying new things and also put out all kinds of spicy picks. So do you think G2 has changed the understanding of League of Legends or understanding of this meta?
So, I mean, I definitely think that a lot of people will take a lot of things from this tournament. I think since Worlds, teams started pulling out a lot more things and people started playing a lot more aggressive. But from this MSI especially, I think people will go back to a lot more. They have their own comfort picks, try out the champions they're good at, and just go with it.
可能在世界赛上呢，很多人都会去选一些比较激进的，或者说是比较偏打团的这些英雄。但是我觉得在这一次 MSI 上面，更多的战队或者说是我们更多的会去选择能够让我们比较舒服的这一些英雄的选择，能够让我们打出自己打法的这些选择。我觉得这就是我们这次 MSI 的一些表现。那接下来想问一问 Caps， 其实呢我们可以看到，在这一次获得 MSI 的冠军之后，我们可能更加期待看到 G2 在之后会有怎么样的表现呢 ？Caps。After this MSI trophy, what can we expect from G2? Maybe the Rift Rival or the Worlds?
So we're gonna try our best. I still think we have a lot to improve on. We came into the tournament wanting to get our revenge against IG, and we left with a 0-2 record against them. So I think IG is the team we're looking to get a revenge against Worlds, and if we beat them, then I'm sure we can beat anyone.
Wow. 其实我们在这次世界赛当中，可能跟 IG 交手的时候，我们的战绩不是非常的好，我们被他们就是连拿2分。但是我觉得，如果我们能够打败了 IG 的话，我觉得我们可以打败所有的人，而且他们也是非常强的一支战队。我们也期待在世界赛上能够有更加强的表现。OK，Thank you, Caps. Thank you.
好的，那我们再一次恭喜 G2 战队获得了2019英雄联盟季中邀请赛的总冠军，掌声谢谢他们！各位召唤师，我们下季赛再见喽，拜拜！
Welcome to MSI Cooldown after G2's 3-0 sweep in the final, the fastest international best-of-5 ever. I'm Dracos, joined by Vedius and Froskurin. We're going to hear more from Caps and Perks in a few minutes, but for now, G2, I'm trying to, you guys aren't bringing as much energy as
No.
You guys were supposed to be, I thought you guys were going to be crazy and you're going to bring me up. I was trying to figure out the appropriate way to celebrate in this moment, because I'm in shock, I'll be honest, and I'm still a little bit in shock.
Good guys, G2, they saw that Fnatic currently held the record for fastest loss in an international series, and G2 are like, Fnatic, we got you. Not only will we bring home the trophy to Europe, we'll also scrub your name from the record books and just pencil in Team Liquid.
I mean, it's strange, right? Because after what were such close and crazy semifinals, I think expectations were that this would be a back and forth, a contrast of styles, the peak of each respective region finally battling it out, and it ended up just being a very one-sided affair. And I think that I wasn't expecting that. Even yesterday on Cooldown, I predicted 3-1. I thought that while G2 were the stronger team, I was expecting Team Liquids to showcase a lot of their strength, but I don't think they had an opportunity to, because G2 just they suffocated them. And you can't take anything away from Team Liquid, because it was just, there was a clear gap between Team Liquid and G2 that was kind of demonstrated.
And look,
today.
you can say that you expected more, but as an EU fan, which I can shamelessly say now that the tournament is over, I personally enjoyed watching what I think we can safely call absolute destruction. Let's take a look back at that series. And it was Mickey X, I feel like, giving an all-star performance.
Yeah, Caps came away with the MVP. Mickey X was definitely my honorable shout-out here. Most of these plays and most of these snowballs started at level 1s that Mickey on his recon was able to set up, and then immediately the win condition was gank it repeatedly. And we saw 2 different metas over the course of this tournament. In the TL-IG series, it was all about the late game team fighting. It always came down to a 5v5. But in SKT versus G2, it was all about the snowball. Whoever got into that turn first ran away with the game, and that's what we saw here. Just, was it going to be team fight? Was it going to be snowball? In the end, it was a massive snowball and one of the fastest international series we've ever seen.
And in Game 3, we really got to see Caps pop off. Many people questioned at the beginning of the year, is this trade smart for G2? Does it make sense to take Perks, one of the best mid laners in the world, move him into an AD carry position, and replace him for Caps, arguably the other one of the greatest mid laners in the world? And today he demonstrated why it was worth.
Yeah, and I do want to give a shout out to Perks as well. You know, coming into this series, I had a lot of questions about Perks. I thought Core JJ and Double F were definitely going to be the stronger 2v2 down there. Perks and Mickey were taking very aggressive trades. Perks came to play today. He absolutely slammed in that bottom lane, looked great.
And to be fair, coming out of group stage, I think those fears were absolutely justified. We saw the Ezreal Tom Kench game, things were falling apart in the G2 bottom lane, and that was the #1 place where you would have pointed out weaknesses. But today, in this series especially, it was both Mickey and Perkz playing at an insanely high level. So many close exchanges where people are walking away with blinking health bars, but they are still always able to come out on top in the kill trades.
I legitimately think this is what, like, peak G2 looks like, right?
Absolutely.
And I don't know if they can get better than this. But like, if they can, that's even more terrifying. But yesterday against SKT, it felt like that both teams had like high and low moments, right? Whereas this, it felt like every single member was playing at the best that they possibly could. And like, we haven't even talked about Wonder, right? Like, and think about that, right? Wonder, arguably one of the best, I mean, Shai praised him as the second best top laner in the world, right? He was not really a conversation in this series, yet he had so much impact, like, on the sidelines. Like, it was all about Mickey's engages, Yankees' setups. Like, the whole team just came to play today. They really wanted that title.
And something I love that we heard from Caps is that they still want IG, that they're not content with just an MSI. The MSI's title is massive. I think it's huge for LEC. It's huge for Europe. It means so much. But Caps is such a competitor that he's looking at the next thing already. He's like, the next trophy, getting better. He's not even taking a second to stop and say, hey, we did great. This is awesome. We're going to relax for a little while. He said, yeah, I'll get some time with my family. But also, when it comes to my career, I just want to take it to the next level. And how can we be better? How can I be better?
And the irony of this is that when Rookie won his world championship, he said, it doesn't mean as much because I didn't go through Faker. Caps now says, it doesn't mean as much because I didn't go through Rookie. The man that has been Caps' kryptonite for God knows how long. And he beat Faker. He and G2 took down SKT, and they sat there and said, this still isn't enough. Until we overcome our demons, it's not enough. And like, it only sets up for a perfect storyline at Worlds.
This is like a rock, paper, scissors, Pokemon triangle right here. Caps beats Faker, Faker beats Rookie, Rookie beats Caps. Like, has to get resolved at some point.
But who gets to be Charmander? That's the real question.
Shout out to LS with the Pokemon references. Of course, looking across, though, I think this is fantastic. As you mentioned, one of the most dominant series we've ever seen. And for G2 as a whole, I think now coming back into LEC with this much on their shoulder, it feels like they might just be unstoppable until we move into Rift Rivals.
I'm going to say it now. First few weeks, G2's going to lose. They're going to be tired. They're going to drop some games.
They want to take a break. Yeah. They don't want to be scrimming as hard.
I'm not going to hold that against them. They've just won an MSI. If they drop a couple games at the beginning of the split, I will not be surprised.
But of course, wait, broadcast, it'll be MSI champions. Yeah. How can you take down G2? Yeah. And as soon as someone takes them down, amazing!
But what this now is, this will only make our region hungrier. It will only make it more competitive because now there's a benchmark for the European teams to work towards, and everyone is going to be eyeing G2 to try and upset them going into the next LEC split.
I also think it's extension to all of the West, and it should be to all of the teams. We talked about kind of that mental blocker, it feels like should be removed now that you've gone through both Invictus Gaming and SKT for both TL and G2, but it's this idea that, you know, we know that we can win now playing our style, so this should be a wake-up call to everyone. You can do it. You are not predetermined to always be in 4th or 3rd place.
And I like it especially, those final words from Caps, where he's like, hey, play your own style, do exactly what you want to do. I think no surprise to see him be the MasterCard Finals MVP. 17 out of 22 first-place votes as we re-look at it. Just an incredible performance from him, an incredible performance for G2 as a whole, but of course, a fantastic tournament for Caps as well, outside of 1 or 2 hiccups.
I had the opportunity to say it in the cast, best European mid laner, and I think he showcased it today. He had a phenomenal Aurelia performance, and Caps is just a joy to watch, and he's such a joy personality as well. He's always smiling, he's always so happy, and how can you not love his dad?
When do we get to have Caps in the conversation of best European player of all time? Because I know right now that's mostly dominated by like the likes of Soaz and Reckless, because there are so many European greats. But, you know, the fact that we finally have this guy taking home an international title at MSI.
I think the conversation for best Western player already started when we looked at how good this guy was. Not like most historic. He does not have the greatest number of achievements, but in terms of individual best, the conversation started, and now I feel like he's probably, at least right now,
do you know what all that matters? EU mids, man. EU mids.
EU mids. Well, to get some more insight from the players, as Shox is ready with Caps and Perkz, let's send it over.
Thank you very much, Perks and Caps. Indeed, they even brought the trophies, I should say, the MSI trophy and the MVP trophy. Congratulations also from my side for you guys. I know you guys already talked a lot on the stage, but now that everything's kind of sunk in, maybe Caps, you first. Of course, you don't only win your first international title, also the MVP title. Now that it's sunk in for a minute, how do you feel about everything?
So as I said on stage, I still want to beat IG. But at the same time, obviously we're celebrating now. Probably gonna celebrate for a few weeks, and then LEC starts, and then we have to go on again. But I think we're just celebrating and happy.
I love how you look at Perks, and you're just trying to get like something out of him. Perks, tell me about what it all means for you, and just to summarize, you've been fighting for this for so long internationally. Plus, you made the move to AD carry only this year. That must be phenomenal.
Yeah, well. Yeah, I don't know. It's kind of crazy, honestly. I don't know what to say. I'm just super grateful because last year I was even in a tougher spot, like mentally, individually. So I wasn't really sure how to deal with it after like the success we had, and then we didn't have success at all. So I think I learned a lot from that year, and I'm just super grateful for my org and all the players we have that we actually managed to like get this far so short time. And it's actually really crazy because I haven't even played with Mickey for like 3 months almost, and we actually won MSI. Like, what is even going on? You know, like, it's a lot of thoughts, but yeah, I'm just super grateful.
Yeah, is it hard to realize because you've both been fighting for it so hard? You so long. You of course had the heartbreak of Worlds just a couple of months ago, Caps. Does that make you appreciate this even more?
I mean, for sure it does, right? We didn't really know what to expect going into this lineup. We knew that we would need some time, or that's what I thought. But it turns out that we were just like kind of good from day one. We clicked very fast together, and we never really had problems. So it's hard to like say, like it's not something you can predict, right? But everything ended up going good for us, and now we're here.
Yeah, tell me about today, because of course at the end of the group stage, it was a bit up and down. You know, you guys lost those 3 games in a row, but then you ended up beating SKT, and then today you looked like a different team. You know, how come? Were you just feeling incredibly in the zone and poised for that trophy?
Well, I don't know. Like, I feel like we are the team that actually plays really well under pressure, but I also feel like we play really poorly in some games that don't matter but kind of do matter anyways, and that's just because of, I don't know, our mindset or the way we approach the game, and that's something that kind of needs to be fixed for future, because yeah, we want to be the team that wants to dominate all the time, not be like we don't want to have bad games as well. So yeah, I feel like today everything has been so on point, from preparation to draft in execution in game, and the communication was really clean as of compared to like our yesterday series. Even yesterday series was fine, but we were like a bit lost, I feel like, and we were like doing a lot of stuff that we shouldn't be doing. And yeah, of course, way better than the last 3 games of group stage, right? So yeah, I mean, I don't know. Today I think we played so good, so I'm really happy.
I also think we had a team that's like really good at preparing, and it's hard to prepare in an MSI for every game because you play so many games back and forth, and it's just kind of like random when you go into the games. But when it's like one team you play, then it's easier to prepare for. And the same kind of thing maybe goes for when it's like we're locked first and maybe we don't have as much preparation, and then we seem a lot worse, right?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, that's true. Yeah, for sure.
Yeah. Caps, you won the MVP here today. Is there anyone you
MVP.
both want to shout out in terms of in your team or in your bigger team or in the fandom as you went through this MSI challenge, who really stepped up for you guys?
I mean, I think.
Is there anyone you want to shout out? I'm sorry, that was a bit confusing.
I was gonna shout out to Caps.
Okay.
I think he's doing an insane job, and yeah, he's just playing really well. A lot of games, not every game.
Mm-hmm.
And yeah, I think he deserves everything he gets. So.
Thank you. I mean, now I want to give a shout out to you as well, right? You rerolled to 80, and already we are winning at MSI. So, and it's even like a bot meta, right? So it's pretty crazy. But at the same time, I feel like everyone on our team did so well. I think to just give a shout out right now, I kind of want to give a shout out to Promiscu, just because I'm sure everyone else will get like a lot of credit. But going into MSI, we were scrimming with Promiscu, and we were playing a lot with Promiscu because of Miki's hand. And he obviously no one will ever know, but I still think he's really good.
And just to add up, like me and Promiscu were winning 90% of lanes in our games. Just saying, this guy is really good, and it was fun playing with him.
Yeah, and that's the thing, right? Because I feel like you can just give a shout out to everyone, because then you see Miki, who barely practiced and is still popping off, and Jankos, who, I mean, you know, he's smurfing every game, and same with Wonder, pulling out the pike and stuff. So I think everyone is doing really well. I think that's what you need if you want to actually win MSI. So that's pretty good for everyone.
Yeah.
Also coaching staff.
Coaching staff.
Yeah, the coaching staff.
I mean, your owner maybe also
Yes.
watching. Please, just give him a shout out. Come on. No.
Okay.
I tried, Carlos.
Go to G2 shop.
G2esports.com/shop for this wonderful jerseys. There is right there.
Made him
Carlos
happy.
will love them. So yeah.
He did. Oh, we got that out of the way. I just finally want to look forward. Then I know you already said, you know, we didn't go through IGs or this or that, but can you just kind of put into words what this not only means for G2 Esports, but for the whole region of Europe? You've made them so proud, and this is something that a lot of people had not even dreamed of happening. What does that mean for the future for Europe and for G2?
I mean, I think that's when I was like going up to be a pro gamer. I really want to win worlds, but I was talking with a lot of people, and for a lot of people, that was not the goal, because people didn't even think worlds as a thing you can win. People thought that it's just going to be the Koreans who will win that, and you can compete to win EU, and that's like the best thing you can have, right? But that's why. But now that we won MSI, I'm sure that a lot of people, new players, rookies who is out there, they get a lot more motivated because they know they can be the best. They can't just be the best in the EU and the West.
It's actually pretty funny because like 2 years ago, when I was playing on the 2017 G2 lineup, we had kind of high goals, but I feel like it was only me and Sven who actually believed that we could win worlds, and everyone else on the team didn't really feel like they believed in that. They thought we were good, but especially like I remember Mitty told me something like, he told me I will go to NA because we're probably never gonna win worlds or something, right, or something like that. And then I was like, yeah, and now here I am standing here, and yeah, shout out to Mitty because he talks to me a lot, and we talk, and we are shout out to everyone else from that lineup as well. They all wrote to me yesterday, wish me good luck. So yeah, here I am winning a championship, I guess.
Oh, wow. Fantastic that they give you some words of motivation as well. Thank you very much. I'm sure you have a million interviews to go to. You're not going to be out of here for a long time. Thank you. Congratulations. Caps and perks. G2 Esports won MSI, changing the narrative one tournament at a time. Back over to you guys.
Thank you.
Absolutely love so many things about that interview. Favorite part was the shades shown at Ocelot. Congrats, Ocelot. You want to champion. Your players still aren't afraid to knock you down.
But I think they still made him proud by promoting him.
By shop, whatever. I won't do it here. You want a jersey, go get a jersey.
Interview. How can you not, like, from, it's a storyline we've talked a lot about, from villains to heroes, right? Where G2 were the disappointment of Europe. They were the team that let us down.
They were the vacation team.
Right? There was 2016, MSI, like, it was this spot 3 years ago where G2 and 8, the meme, started, right? And then they went to Worlds twice, failed to get out of groups. The second time, they lost to Albus Nox Luna. Like, G2, as an organization, from an EU fan's perspective, was never anything that you could put your faith in, because they would always disappoint you, right? And then after the year of failure last year, where they couldn't win any splits, they couldn't find any success, they make it to the semifinals by taking down RNG, and they begin the journey to winning their first MSI title. And the amount of turnaround, the amount of effort these players, this org, and this team has had to put in order to turn that narrative around has been so massive, and I'm happy to finally see it.
To be fair, they're not entirely above the bad boy image, though, because Wonder did tweet before the series, ready for the fastest international best of 5 ever played. So while Europe might love them right now, I don't think they're making any friends out there in the rest of the world. I think it's safe to say.
I don't know about you guys, but since I've been in Europe, this has been great.
We have a theory that you might be the secret to our success, because you left LPO 1 and then you left, and now
I'll take it. It's fine.
Frost is an LEC now. Don't try to take her. MSI 2019 might be over, but of course there's tons of action coming up in the regional leagues. Team Liquid will return to the LCS the 1st of June, with G2 starting their run for another trophy the week after. In addition to this, the next week 8 teams will be gathering in the LCS Battle Arena to fight for the college championships as UCI look to defend their title from last year. And good news, North American fans, a North American team has to win that one.
Oh, that's rude. I was just about to say,
is rude.
the gap is behind you. I'm tired of hearing about that conversation. I'm going to say it. It is dead. Yeah, you can say whatever you want about that TL-IG series or this TL versus G2 series, but the fact of the matter was Europe made it, or Europe and North America made it for a finals. Worlds is wide open.
Yeah. No longer will NA and EU in a groups be seen as a free win. Like this is going to be a completely different World Championship. It's going to be very exciting.
And I look forward now to watching LCK and going, oh my God, what is this fiesta? This is an LEC level. I'm joking. I love you guys, LCK fans. So for myself, the casters, and the entire live broadcast crew, don't blame me. Thank you for watching MSI 2019, and we'll see you for the return of regional leagues. Goodbye.
EU is the best.
Woo! Woo!